Monica, here we go again, and February proved to be nothing short of entertaining NCAA women's basketball. We have to look to the top of the conference standings. Stony Brook and North Carolina A&T both tied for first with an 8-1 record in league play. And this time of the year, we know this, the stars continue to shine even brighter. Karlie Clark had a career-high 30 points. The Seawolves win over Monmouth on Sunday. They show a ton of resiliency, especially closing out games. On Friday, they outscored Hofstra 41-24 in the second half. And that defense, I know you love highlighting that defense, still continues to create a recipe for success. What's your inside analysis, Monica?
Well, we do have to start with Karlie Clark because I think she has been tremendous. And you've already talked a little bit about what she does. But if I were to highlight one thing about her that I think tells you everything you need to know about what a quality player she is, she leads the league and she's ninth in the country in field goal percentage.
Wow.
63%. That is absolutely phenomenal in terms of the offensive efficiency. So she doesn't just take a lot of shots, she makes a lot of shots. As you said, she had that career high 30 points in a big time game against Monmouth. But that's what we expect from her. And we don't just expect for her to put up the big points, we also expect her to hit the glass. She's fourth in the league, first on her team in rebounding, and she's third in the league in points per game. Now, I know you're thinking, well, who's first? Who's second? Gigi Gonzalez, her teammate, is second in the league in points per game, and they have only been bested by the freshman phenom, Taryn Barbeau. We will get to her in just a little bit, but those are your top three. Two of them are on the Seawolves roster. Now, if that were not in and of itself an embarrassment of riches, look at what Sharice Pittman did this past week, averaging 17 points per game and 7 rebounds per game. So you can't just rely on one or two players in this league. You have to have that complete team, which is what Ashley Langford has. And another thing that I really love about Stony Brook is how unselfish they are. They lead the league in assists per game, 16.4 assists per game. They share the basketball. They put their teammates in good positions to score. And you talked about the resilience. Look at the Monmouth game where they scored 31 points in the third quarter. This is a team that can really lock in mentally at certain moments to close out contests when things are on the line, when things really matter. That's going to be so huge for them in February, and that's going to be so huge for them come tournament time.
Spreading the wealth, spreading the love, good stewardship in Stony Brook on Long Island. And another team, Monica, that's hard not to love is North Carolina A&T. They now have won 8 straight. This is a team that only lost one player from last year's roster. They're built on returners, and you can just tell by the way that they execute. So, Monica, when you look at the roster continuity and a ton of other factors that play into the chemistry that they have on the floor, why are you seeing so much success out of this group?
Well, I do want to start by highlighting Jordan Dorsey because we talked about Karlie Clark, and I want to give Jordan Dorsey her due because she is the co-CAA Player of the Week back to back, by the way, for Jordan Dorsey because she has been that good as of late. And once again, she just brings it this week for North Carolina A&T against UNCW. She gets her new career high, 23 points, but she doesn't just stop there. She also gets her first career double-double, getting 10 rebounds as well. That's pretty impressive. She follows that up with 22 against Northeastern. We talked last week about how during this 8-game winning streak, Jordan Dorsey has been the leading scorer for North Carolina A&T in all those games. Well, that remains true. That just tells you what she is doing right now. She's so reliable with what she does out on the floor. And she does a little bit of everything too. She rebounds, she dishes the ball, she plays defense. She's a complete player. But if there were one thing for North Carolina A&T that sums up the recipe for success, it's the defense. They are second in the country in field goal percentage defense, holding their opponents to 33.3% shooting. That is a total team right there that has bought into the message that defense wins championships, that you have to be able to have that defensive mentality if you want to succeed in league play. And every single player on that roster is buying into that.
Mhm.
And just like Stony Brook, it's not just Jordan Dorsey. You have to look at what Kiana Clark did this week, coming off the bench, scoring a big 10 points. That's huge when you have these players who can come in. You trust everyone to have the basketball and to be able to score.
Mhm.
Now, I will say, I know North Carolina A&T, they know they started last year 8-1 as well. And the second half of conference play did not go the way that they wanted it to. They're not going to let that happen again. They are a team right now that is poised for success. I love what we're seeing out of them, and I can't wait to see what else they do in February.
Good stuff, Monica. And we know this. Anything can happen in the CAA. If only I had $1 for every time I've said that, right? Then I'd have some really good wealth, Monica. But what are some of the games that you're really keying in on highlighting this week?
Well, I don't think this is going to come as any surprise to anyone who watches the Women's Basketball Insider every week, but North Carolina A&T in Charleston,
Mhm.
that's one that I have circled on my calendar. I'm so excited about that game. I've talked about A&T. You know what I think about them. The College of Charleston and their offense is on fire. You have Taryn Barbeau, who is the 6-time CAA Rookie of the Week and the reigning Rookie of the Week. And she has been tremendous. But I think one thing that has allowed her to be so good is everything does not have to rest on her shoulders. You have Jenna Anna Carrico, you have Alexis Andrews, and oh my goodness, was Jada Logan tremendous this week.
Mm.
So I can't wait to see the North Carolina A&T defense against the College of Charleston offense.
Mm.
But that's not the only game that we have to look forward to. There are so many. I'm excited about Monmouth Northeastern. Monmouth looking to rebound. They have so much talent. And as you've said, as I've said, I love to highlight the youngsters in this league, the rookies who are really catching my attention. Rosalie Merciel. She's another name that you need to know in this league. Look at what she did against Towson. She is one that I think has a great future in this league. So I'm very excited about her. For Northeastern, Deja Bristol, 10 straight games now, I think that she's been in double digits. She really is just a tremendous player that I love to see what she does every single week. And since it's February, I'll give you one more. What about William and Mary and Delaware? That's going to be another great one. William and Mary, we've known about Nyla Young for a while. We know how special she is. Coming off the bench, is scoring 27 points this week. She is just an outstanding talent. Again, such a great get for William and Mary to add her to their roster. And Delaware, they've got a lot of special players. I really like Chloe Wilson. And the freshman again came to play this week on Dia Cherizier. She is special for the Blue Hens, so that's one that you're going to want to watch as well.
And a huge get, honestly, for the CAA is the new head coach at UNCW, Nicole Woods. I got to talk to her a little bit before the season started. What an outstanding person, a great coach. And I'm just so excited to see the culture continue to develop and be established at UNCW, a place that is already rich with so much history and culture, right? But we saw UNCW have a good win over Hampton on Sunday, really kind of setting the tone for what we think this back end of conference play could look like for the Seahawks. But what impressed you about the ladies from Wilmington this week, Monica?
They have such talent. I certainly want to point out Mary Ferrito, who had a career high coming off the bench, 22 points. So impressive, very talented. And they have another player, too, that I have my eyes on. Mengali Ermulavachite also had a career high 20 points. So their team, they've got the talent. You know, come tournament time, anything can happen. Their team, I have my eyes on. Was really happy to see that success this week for those two players who really just put that work in.
Yeah, both of those players combining for 42 points off the bench to pace UNCW. Well, we're pacing right along, Monica. Here we go into the month of February, March. It'll be here before we know it. Don't blink. But thanks as always for your time. Love and appreciate you so much.